This happened because of that fucking wig.
I can't believe that CJ left.
Literally, he saved himself.
Live. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna vote for the guy that said he would suck a dick on live? Come on.
Anything can happen, as we could see from last week. Everything's kind of up in the air, and the environment's so tense.
The fact that this was the outcome, though, is like, now I'm mad. I wasn't even that mad before.
CJ's exit has me spooked. It was so unexpected, obviously, and just kind of further goes to show how unpredictable this game is going to be.
Yeah, this felt really inevitable. I was like, it is going to be a tie again.
I didn't think it would. I thought that. I didn't think it would. I thought
everyone
that was go home.
Everyone was all over the place with both of them. I actually do think that Sebastian has because Sebastian, because she called him out, but also I just remember that he's a math major.
Fight!
Allie, how nice to see you.
You too, Owen. How's it going?
Going very well, thank you.
Oh, good.
How about you?
Oh, just dandy.
After last week's elimination, me and Callie chatted a bit, and we said we want to be in the final two together and prove them all wrong. So I think it's the start of a secret alliance.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are now on day 4 of Fight or Flight, and already someone was eliminated from the competition, and tonight is going to be no different.
It's a new week. I did pretty good the first week. I have a power.
I'm just really grateful to be in the game still because my name was so close on that wheel.
I feel like there's a target on my back from being in the bottom 2 last week, and I want it to be safe. I want it to be guaranteed safe.
Today's Fight or Flight decision will make you decide what type of player you are by asking you, are you a comp beast or a social threat? In a few moments, we are going to hold a competition where you will be competing not only for safety for yourself, but also the power to grant 3 other players in the game safety as well. However, in choosing to fight for safety, you will have to forego your right to vote this round. On the other hand, you can choose flight, and in doing so, you will keep your vote, but you will not be eligible to compete for safety.
I want to remain safe, but what I'm really drawn to is being able to save other people. So I know that I can fight as hard as I can, and if I can get people on my side, that is more important to me than having any sort of vote. I want to show that I am someone who will advocate for other people, who will fight for other people, and maybe I'll stab them in the back at some point. Who knows? But they don't need to know that yet. They just need to know that I'm trying to save them.
To also aid in making this choice, I'm going to give you a small hint at what the competition is.
Anthony puts up his little picture of a marker with a check mark, and I'm like, well, I am not a bullet notebook bitch.
This hint is giving me nothing.
I'm thinking we're going to check off things about each other, which is confusing me because we don't know anything about each other, really.
I saw the hint of a list, and I knew we were listing things in a game that comes to mind for me is the categories game when listing. So I thought it would be something similar to that.
If you choose to play in this competition, if you're going to pick the fight option for this week, all you're going to do is stay on camera. If you want to keep your vote and not compete, you're going to turn your camera off. I'm going to do a countdown for you.
I was pretty sure that I wanted to stay out of the competition this week and have a vote because I wanted to have a say and be a part of the conversations that were going to happen this week.
15, 14, 13.
15, 14, 13. Nobody's dropping.
12.
I believe I am the first person to turn off my camera and to choose the social threat option.
11, 10.
I want to fight and I want to win a challenge.
9, 8,
When I saw people start to turn off their Zoom cameras, I was surprised that anyone wanted to take flight. We're here to compete. It's a competition. I'm not trying to be the side character. I'm trying to be the main character, the one the novel is about.
7, 6.
People continue to stay on the screen. And I'm like, oh, hang on. Then that means that the number of people who's going to be in the voting group is going to actually have a lot of power.
5, 4, 3.
In my mind, it seemed the smarter move to try to have a vote in who goes home this week, even if it doesn't give me safety.
2, 1.
At the last second, I decide to drop out of the competition.
It was safety versus the power to decide what was going to happen. And once I saw that it was 7 people and all people that I want to work with, I was like, okay, fuck it.
Everyone's still on camera. You will be fighting this week.
I knew that I had to show my face and sort of create a presence for myself in this game. And if I were to shut my video down, that would just be more reason to eliminate me.
I feel like the people that get chosen to be safe are more likely to be people who competed. And so that's why I chose to compete.
So we have Anna, Callie, Owen, Andy, Sarah, Tegan, Joe, and Wendy competing. In doing so, none of the 8 of you will be able to vote this week.
I was happy to see some familiar faces going into the fight round, but I was also surprised at how many people chose flight and kind of disgusted.
I am super, super suspicious of Sebastian. I'm worried that he's lying to me. And when he doesn't compete, it makes me feel that the lie that I thought he told about not knowing what his power is must be true, because why would he not want safety if he still doesn't know what his power is?
Claire dropped off, and I have to say, I feel a little nervous seeing her choose flight because she's someone who I think is a strong competitor, and knowing that she's going to have the power to vote and I won't makes me a little bit uneasy.
This competition's called Never Ending List, and here's how it'll work. Each round of this game, you will be shown a new category. We will go one by one, and each person will name one thing in that category. The first person to either be unable to name something that fits the category or repeat something that someone else already said will be out of the competition, and then we will start a new category. This will continue until only one person remains. Additionally, if it's taking you a bit to think of something, I will start to count down from 5. If you can't name something in the allotted time, you are also out.
When I realize what the competition is going to be, I'm hoping that maybe these will be lists of things that are really up my alley. For a moment, I'm dreaming that maybe it'll be Lady Gaga songs or drag queens who have been on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Our first category is U.S. states.
Okay, not too terrible.
By random selection, the order will be as follows.
With every category or every round, we have to make sure that no one repeats what another person said. That way you stay in the game. You also can't take too long.
It's the winner, and then they get to pick 3 safe people. So if I was like, okay, if I at least get top 4, then I can just go in and be like, hey, you should just pick the 3 people who got closest because that's the fairest way.
New York.
Illinois.
Alaska.
Alabama.
Massachusetts.
Ohio.
Arizona.
My initial thinking is to say all the weird states that no one gives a shit about because no one's gonna say it.
Wyoming. Connecticut.
Nebraska.
New Jersey.
Maine.
New Hampshire.
I tried to pick the most obscure states I can think of.
California.
Arkansas.
Utah.
Vermont.
Kansas.
Hawaii. I was weighing my numbers. I knew that if Callie won or that if Joe won, I was going to be safe, and I knew that if I won, I was going to choose both of them. Everyone else was a wild card.
Georgia.
Tennessee.
West Virginia.
Rhode Island.
Hawaii. I'm too focused on remembering all those states that I didn't realize someone said Hawaii.
Flute. Dulcimer.
Trombone.
Piccolo. I love categories type games, and I'm usually pretty good at them, but the stress of this one is just off the charts.
I'm just shocked that it's still going on as long as it is.
Cymbals.
Cello.
Bass.
I was in marching band in high school, so immediately I'm thinking, what were all the sections of the marching band?
Snare drum.
Wind chimes.
Triangle.
Electric guitar.
Acoustic guitar.
Banjo.
Acoustic electric guitar.
Everyone's running out of answers.
And so many instruments have been said.
French horn.
Timpani.
Synthesizer.
Bass drum.
Ukulele.
Bongos.
Keyboard.
I'm not able to remember every single one. I don't think anyone said cello.
Cello. I'm sorry, Tegan, but cello was said. Please turn off your video.
Fuck! Now I'm out of this competition. So I don't have a vote for the round, and I barely even made it far in this game. I'm disappointed in myself, and I'm nervous for what's to come.
I'm starting to think, okay, I can win this. I play games like this all the time. It's like a classic sort of car game. Banana.
Blueberry.
Strawberry.
Orange.
Kiwi. This is the round that I am most confident in because it's just a lot of fruits come to my mind.
Raspberry.
Jackfruit.
Blackberry.
Grapefruit.
Peach.
Dragon fruit. I guess fruits that people don't really know about are coming to my mind. Mango.
Pomegranate.
Lime.
Rambutan.
Cranberry.
Lemon.
Guana banana. I don't know how to pronounce it. Guana banana. And that was really embarrassing.
English.
Japanese.
French.
Spanish.
Irish.
Italian.
Finnish.
Thai. Honestly, I'm just living by my gut. I am doling out my answers as fast as I can. Laotian, Yiddish, Afrikaans, Cambodian. I played it safe last week, and this week I have to prove myself.
Mayan.
Creole.
Slovakian.
Icelandic.
No, Ukrainian.
Polish.
Okay, just remember Swedish. Just remember Swedish. No one has said Swedish. And then, right as it gets my turn,
Swedish.
crap.
5, 4.
Indian? After getting out, I'm rooting for Owen.
Me and Callie are in the top 4 for this challenge. I could do it. I could win and save us both.
Rhombus.
Square.
Triangle.
Circle.
Trapezoid.
Oval.
Diamond.
Hexagon.
Octagon.
Heart.
Parallelogram.
Polygon.
Pentagon.
Whatever comes to my mind, I just say, and that'll get me far. Septagon.
Star.
Hectagon.
Dodecahedron.
Decagon.
Semicircle.
Rectangle? Anna is someone who I talked to in one of the cars, and she seemed like she's someone who's gonna kind of coast through pretty easily, so I didn't expect her to have to fight. In my head, I'm thinking anyone who's fighting knows that they could be on the chopping block.
Pyramid.
Cone.
Cylinder.
Comes down to me, and I just stall.
5, 4, 3.
Nothing comes to my mind.
2, 1.
I knew I was out at that point, but I put up a good fight.
Clearly, there's a target on my back and there's a target on Owen's back, and Owen and I have decided to form an alliance, so one of us needs to win the safety this week if we want to keep moving on.
Dandelion.
Banana.
New York City cab. When it got down to me, Owen, and Callie, I thought, okay, it's the underdogs against the underdogs. I mean, I see myself as an underdog, even though I wasn't in the conversation for elimination last week. And then it's the two people that were tied to be sent home.
Sunflower.
Urine.
I felt a kinship with both of them, but I was playing to win. School bus.
The second thing under the receipt paper.
Lemon.
Mac and cheese.
Plaque buildup.
Pus when you have an infection.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Metro cards.
The NQR line.
The W train. I can't think at all what yellow things are or what. I'm just freaking out. And part of what's making me freak out is that Sarah seems completely unfazed. It's like she just has a Rolodex of these things already and she somehow knew what the category was and she's just rattling them off.
Pound cake, autumn leaves, Brazilian soccer uniforms.
And I don't understand how she's doing it.
Colored pencils.
No more naming objects that come in multiple colors.
Gatorade?
Callie, that did technically just break my rule right there.
I'm just devastated by this. Obviously now I'm rooting for Owen because I know that he'll save me, and I really think he has this in the bag.
Callie is out. It is all on my shoulders now.
All right, Owen, it's you and me.
I wish you the best of luck, Sarah, and I also wish myself the best of luck. Manhattan neighborhoods? Perfect. I've lived in Manhattan for 3 years.
Soho.
Bed-Stuy. But Bed-Stuy's in New York.
I did say Manhattan neighborhoods.
Fuck!
Can't believe Owen messed up so quickly.
Oh, just such a simple mistake, and I'm just so upset, and I know I've lost all hope. There's no way.
Sarah, congratulations. You are the winner.
Well, I deserve to lose, but it still sucks.
I couldn't believe my luck that he was stupid enough not to hear the full category. So, he won that for me as far as I'm concerned, although I could have played till the end. I was playing to win, obviously. I felt confident in my skills in this game, but I can't believe it. I was coming into this second round thinking I'm going to be near the bottom.
So as the winner of this, you are safe for the week, and you will get to name 3 people who will also be safe. I'm going to give you some time to all strategize. You're going to have 10 minutes.
So I have not talked to Sarah at all, so I knew she was not saving me, and I knew there was no point in me begging. I didn't want to feel not authentic, so I didn't want to go talk to her for the first time just because she got that power.
Immediately, I message her and I'm like, hey, I know everyone's probably trying to get to you right now. If you can talk, let me know. If you want to work a deal, let me know.
Everyone is trying to chat me and, video me. I've never been this popular. It was a little overwhelming. People are like calling me. I'm like now so popular.
Everyone
wants to be
Thanks, kiss some ass, baby.
Which is fair.
Really nice work, Sarah.
Right after she wins, we hop onto a Skype call with everyone who picked flight last week.
Immediately with great power comes a lot of fucking stress. It was a rush of adrenaline. I was really proud of myself, but then immediately comes the stress of, oh my God, now I have power to save people, which means I have power to break some hearts, which sucks. Guys, any advice on how to make this decision?
Sarah was trying to get an idea of what she could do. What are her options?
I don't want to save Jasmine because I already have a strong bond with her.
Only 7 people are voting, so.
And 3 of them are here. So,
yeah,
I think no one here has to be particularly worried, I don't think.
Use this to further your own game. Like, you kind of can suss out who you think is going to be put, or, who's on everyone's mind. And if you want to go and use that as like hey, I'll give you, that's like one way, something to kind of help your game down the line.
We kind of candidly tell her that we don't think that anyone in this group is going to be in danger. So she might want to use this as an opportunity to make some overtures to other people.
If you think of it as like I'll save you now, but like you better have my ass later kind of deal. Right. Whether or not anyone holds that up is a question, but it can be a very valuable piece of like social strategy.
All right, since I only have 5 minutes, I'm gonna go talk to other people. But love you guys. Bye.
I think this might be Joe's week. I don't want Joe to come back next week. I think now is the time.
Is someone saying Joe?
Hang on, think about it. Think about who's left in this game. Who else do you guys have on your mind? Like, it's not like that I have beef with Joe, but just rather he also is kind of a strong player.
How's everyone feeling? I see that there's like 10 minutes left on the clock, so I just throw it in the main chat. Hey, I'm open to talking. Anyone who wants to join. So it was sort of an open call. Everyone who's up for elimination joins the call, which is kind of awkward. Yeah, I just want to give everyone a chance to say what they want to say. If I had had time, I would have done one-on-ones, maybe tried to create some secret alliances, do a little more strategizing, but I didn't have time for that, so it was just a kind of a weird town hall meeting where everyone was sort of awkwardly asking, please save me. I don't know. I'm uncomfortable with this much power right out the gate.
I have an offer. I have never spoken to Sarah, and so I absolutely knew she was going to choose me.
Okay.
I'll give you $3 if you make me see.
We're at that point now.
I'm just starting things off.
Got it.
When she kind of threw out, like, anyone can join this call, I was like, why not? And I bribed her with money.
If I may, I'll give you $3.50 just as a counter.
I'm going to right off the bat say I'm not accepting bribes. I don't want money for this. I guess, do you guys have any insight in, like, how you think I should make this decision? I know that's a loaded question because you all want to be saved, obviously, but I don't know. Do you have any inkling as to who the weaker people are that need saving? Who might be up for elimination? I know Owen and Callie are sort of famously...
There's 3 people who got votes.
Wait, who was the third?
It might have been me. You should pick the 3 people who got votes last week because that's the fairest way. Oh, that was me too? What a crazy little turn of events. Wow, look at that.
Oh.
Going into deliberation, I know that all of my allies can't vote, and all of the people who probably voted for me last week can. It absolutely sucks to be up for elimination again, and I think I could be going home. I've watched reality shows and everyone in this situation always says stuff like this, but I truly feel like after this challenge, I've proven that I could make it far in this competition. And I want you to, like, beat the best. I was number 2 in this competition, and I think you should keep your strongest competitor because you should win among the best, and I'll hold you to it.
Interesting.
If you beat me, it'll be a bigger win.
I did give her some advice. I mean, obviously, you just have to decide if you're going to save your other people that fought, which is what I probably would do. I think you should reward the people that actually competed, but then you need to think about, like, the people that have a vote. I think I'm the only one here that has a vote. And so it's not about who the weakest players are, but who those players that are actually voting this week, who they're going to try and target if you're trying to save people. But I think it's really early. I don't even know anyone that's in trouble. I guess Owen and Callie are the obvious answers, but obviously there was no consensus last week or whatever. So I would just go with your heart, man. And I don't know, maybe you need $3.
As soon as I heard, maybe strategize it so that you're saving people that don't have a vote, I knew that was going to be my choice. I just didn't really know who. Either way, no hard feelings. I hope you guys know I'm not out to get any of you yet. So, you know what? I guess may the best person win.
Congratulations on winning safety for yourself this round. In addition to the safety you have for yourself, as you know, you also have safety to name 3 other people.
I knew I had to choose from the fighters. Like, that was definitely part of my decision making, but I kind of went with my gut. Hey guys, to be honest, there's not a lot to go on yet because I still don't really know any of you besides Jasmine. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save 3 people that chose fight because, that means we already have a kinship. We're fighters, but also they don't get a vote. I really just went with people that I felt like I understood their vibe and I was sort of meshing with them well. And I'm going to save Owen, Joe, and Andy.
I assumed that, like, she probably has, like, people she's closer to in the game, so I'm shocked.
I'm not surprised that I'm safe. I think I made a connection with Sarah in our little chat before. What I'm surprised about is Andy. I mean, I don't think anyone was even thinking of voting out Andy.
As much as I want safety, I also feel like it wasn't deserved. Like, did I deserve it out of every other person? I'm not sure.
No hard feelings to the rest of you. I had to pick 3. Joe, I felt like was maybe on the chopping block, so I wanted to save him. I think he's a fun presence. Owen, I'm just a sucker for an underdog. I really liked his performance last week, the wig moment of it all, and also he just is a charming person that I wanted to stick around, so I saved him.
I don't like it, but that's the game.
I announce who I'm saving, and immediately I'm like, wow, the rest of them hate me.
Andy's fine. Love that. But the fact that out of the people that fought in the competition, she chose to save the two people that I was gunning after most was really disheartening.
So Sarah has saved Joe this week, which completely ruins my plans, but I'm pretty sure it's just because of the advice that I gave her. So good job on me.
I think Sarah's someone to watch. She did a really good job in the competition, and the people that she chose were very random, but very smart choices.
Owen, Joe, and Andy, you are now safe. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have the no votes. Those are everyone who's competed in the competition today. And then we have our votes in the bottom left, which are Ayana, Jasmine, Andres, Claire, Sebastian, Matt, and Noah. So that means there will be 7 votes at the elimination tonight.
I was like, I'm going home. I was like, that's it. Well, bye everyone. It's been fun. Nice 2 hours. But then she picked Yumi and then not Callie, and I was like, oh.
I know.
She is leaving her out to dry.
I'm worried about Callie. She could be going home.
I feel like I'm probably on the chopping block. I'm definitely going to go out since I didn't get safety, and I'm just kind of ready to be on the chopping block.
Yeah, no, I guess it's still really early, and because you were on it last week, some might think like, yeah, it's an easy option. But at the same time, like, you did fight today, and you went pretty far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, going off of like Owen's point, like, yeah, you want to play with people that will up your game. So you definitely don't come across as like a weak player, I don't think. So
be cool.
I don't know. I definitely don't think you should be on the block this week.
Okay. Hi, team.
Hey guys, all the people who have votes, we all get together and talk.
You know, we're all here together. We might as well choose who we're voting out right now.
Anyone thinking anything?
Oh, woo! Of course, no one will share a name out of the 7 of us, so the names went directly to the fight group.
Those people are Anna, Callie, Tegan, and Wendy. And then obviously there are us.
3 of them were already safe. We went with 4 that were not safe, which were Wendy, Tegan, Callie, and Anna.
My thoughts are they signed up for this, and we should give it back to them.
Sebastian is really pushing this idea that all of the people with votes stick together and we go after somebody else.
Okay, is there anyone that like someone feels strongly they don't want to vote for?
I just feel bad for Callie and putting her in the hot spot again.
I would rather keep Callie here than throw her up a second time, just because I don't see her as being a huge threat, at least at this point.
There's no one who I'm like, I want to get out. The person that I at least like feel so horrible voting for is Wendy.
I only talked to Wendy once during the car, and then I tried to reach out to her again, and she never reached back to me. The consensus came with Wendy.
All right. Should we go try and leverage other people and pretend like we're not going to vote for her?
That sounds good.
I think so.
Before this group call with the other voters is even over, I get a direct message from Claire.
So I'm in a call with Sebastian. I've just agreed to vote out Wendy. And while I'm doing that, I am toggling over to the side to get to me and my boys. And while like looking Sebastian in the eyes, I message them and say, so we're gonna vote out Sebastian, right? And basically immediately Noah's like, yeah, I'm down.
I'm ready to make some moves. I'm ready for some twists to come out of this game.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm glad I have a friend who's equally as evil.
The reason we did that was because Sebastian had previously told Claire that he had the power.
I shared with them the information that I had, and I think that they might have also had some more information about that.
Once we had it confirmed, we thought that it would be better to just get him out before he could use that power.
I'm super on board for this. I think it's a really bold move this early in the game, and And there's been some talk about him having whatever the secret power was that was up for grabs last week. So I think it's a great idea, and I am totally down to throw him out of here right now.
We're kind of doing some coup shit.
I take the time to get together with Andres and Claire. We figured that we could work really well as a group. And knowing that we have 3 of the 7 votes, we want to start getting some names going and figure out what to do this week. And knowing that I've just been in a room where Sebastian has no idea that he's even being considered, I'm ready to start turning some voices, and we're going to vote Sebastian out of this thing.
Everyone was kind of immediately on board with it.
Don't worry, I won't take up too much of your time. I know as a voters, you have lots of people to talk to, but I just wanted to ping you both because I feel like we're really vibing. I know that I want to talk to my gays. I feel that the gays are people I can trust, and I want to start building some alliances in this competition. I don't know what the tea is, but I just wanted to say in the past, I've been known to throw names out when people are trying to decide who to send home. I let them know. I'm a fire starter. I am not someone who's afraid to throw a name out there for elimination. I did it last week with Owen, and he almost went home. I tell them, if you have my back this week, I'll have your back in the weeks to come. Moving forward, I'm happy to not include either of your names in that.
Tegan is freaking out a little bit. I would never have considered throwing your name out either. At that point, of course. And right now, I have the exact same sentiment. I don't want you going up there. I don't want people mentioning your name. But we're telling her she is good. There is nothing to be worried about. We are just giving her all safety.
Yeah, girl, you got my vote. Yeah, I love working with both of you, so I want to really continue this for the rest of the game.
I really feel like me, Matt, and Tegan could make a really great team and do some damage in this game.
I think you're really in the clear for this week.
They let me know. Tegan, you're probably safe this week. Nobody really brought your name up. I'm relieved, but skeptical. We can, check in every now and then and just see what's going on as the games progress. But I appreciate you both. I think you're both iconic.
Before we go, do you need the tea of who people are thinking about?
Oh, I'll take the tea. I'll never say no to the tea, honey.
We really spilled the tea of that first meeting. Everyone kind of agreed to Wendy. They looked at everyone in the fight category, and so you were one of the 4 who weren't safe. However, people really were we want to keep Tegan most for your personality.
I'm gonna go, make sure no one's putting Tegan in their mouth, and you do too. You do your thing.
I'm wondering what we can do to navigate, because I really like you, Wendy. I think you're iconic. I think you give out that energy, and so I really want to continue this. I then had a call with Wendy herself, and I lied through it. People threw out your name. However, they were we would feel really bad if we voted out Wendy. And so I don't think people will be going for you. I knew I was going to vote for Wendy because simply there was no one else I could really turn to. I just felt least closest with her just because we talked least, and I felt a better energy with Anna and the other people in that fight group than Wendy.
Wait, who's feeling bad if I got voted out? What?
That's just what some of them said. They would said you seem so nice and wonderful that they wouldn't want to vote you out.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yay me.
I don't think you have to worry. I'm not voting for you.
Okay, I still want to blindside Sebastian.
I do too.
And I think that Noah and Andres are on the same page.
Yeah. I know that Claire particularly is very nervous that Sebastian has the power from last week, and we have no idea what that power could be. So now we want to use this opportunity to blindside him.
Do we want to start a sub group chat right now with them?
I think we should.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna hang up and do that. Hold on.
Let's do it, yeah.
Ayana and Jasmine are down to vote Sebastian, and I know that. And then Andres and Noah are down to vote Sebastian, and I know that. And I'm sitting in the middle talking to both of these groups, and I decided to just put everyone in one conversation.
We've definitely got enough people here to do this. If he's got this power, or if he doesn't also, there's enough probable cause to believe that he does, I think.
I've been very close to Sebastian in the past, so I was trying to not go that way, but I have to kind of go with what the majority wants, and that seemed to be the case.
He like confirmed to me that he did, but he did so in such a fucking weird way that I'm like, I think he might be lying, but then I still want him
Either
out
way.
because he's lying.
If he's
So,
lying, then he booted. It's like if he's lying about it for clout, then either way, I don't want him around.
That's like fucking funny if he's lying, that's hysterical, but ultimately, I think he is still a threat.
All right, so we're doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, promise.
So on Sebastian.
Yes.
On Sebastian.
If he does some weird shit and like he has safety or he can save himself, then just go with the original plan and vote for Wendy. And we all decide, okay, that's it. We're gonna vote Sebastian, but this needs to stay here, and no one else can say anything. Okay, and no one say anything because if he does, we want him to feel like he shouldn't use it. So.
How long do we have?
We have 10 more minutes.
Oh,
10 o'clock.
Until 10 o'clock?
Anything can happen in 10 minutes.
I didn't have a lot to go on, but I like everyone here's vibe. That was literally it. Deliberation was like the opposite of when everyone was calling me. No one was messaging me because I had said what I said and I didn't get a vote.
Yeah, no, thanks so much for saving me. I really am so honored. I also like the vibe of these folks in general. Oh, man.
Great.
I'm so glad you're safe, man.
Me and the other safe people just kind of hung out. And it ultimately led to us thinking we have to be allies now. Everyone else has had all of this chance to talk and kiki and decide who they want to vote for. So next week, the only people we can trust is each other.
I'll have you here alone for a minute. I want to work with you. I want to play with Callie. I'm not done with her yet. I want to see what she's up to. So I want to clue her in and make her feel like a part of this group. I will relay some information with you. You'll relay some information with me.
Yes, absolutely. I love it.
Amazing.
Yes.
Really.
So at this point, Owen and Wendy are my final two. I really want to get to the end with them. I trust them. They're already my allies. But Noah also asked if I would be kind of a down low alliance. And I'm going to go with it, but I don't know if I trust Noah. I don't know who he's talking to. Good. I was hoping we would be able to talk without Ayana. Nothing against Ayana. I don't trust Ayana. I don't really know why. I think it's just intuition, but she's definitely a target of mine. How's it going, friends? I'm prepared for the inevitable if people want a repeat of day one, but also would prefer if that were not the case. I just feel like I'm completely targeted, and I don't know why. I'm doing well, but not so well. I haven't won a competition, so I'm kind of just throwing my hands up and realizing that I'm probably going to go out this round.
I've heard talk of a blindside against Sebastian.
Yes, I have heard that as well.
Dang.
What are your thoughts on the blindside against Sebastian?
I'm definitely okay with doing that.
So I'm not on the chopping block at all.
I think we can make that happen without issue.
I don't understand why Sebastian is on the chopping block really, but I feel like he and I had a connection, so I want to warn him. I don't think this is something that he should be blindsided by, and if for any reason he makes it out of this competition, I want him to know that he can trust me. Sebastian, I heard that your name was on the chopping block, and I just feel like we had a little friendship, whatever, going, so I wanted to warn you ahead of time.
Apparently my name is being thrown out there. I don't know what to think right now, but I am scared. Thank you so much, Callie. I was really trying to keep you safe last week, so I really appreciate that. I do feel like it probably is in the air just because, like, Claire tried to call me out on it, even though she had like zero basis to even call me out on. She just, I guess, knows. She has like a third eye. She is so good.
She does. Really does.
Is it because that I have a power that I'm, showing up as a threat to the other people in this game? I really need to figure this shit out before I go to eviction. It's okay. Well, I have to now go and campaign around, but I do want to say, like, Anna and Callie, you guys in my books are super, super safe. I love our group. Jasmine, please don't vote me out. I'm going to go check in with some of the others.
Yeah, go check in with the other voters. Best of luck to you, King.
I go ahead and send a message to Andreas. I try and befriend Noah. And I reach out to Claire because I know that she needs to be called out.
Sebastian messages me, "We need to talk." Capital W.
Andreas left me on red. Noah left me on red. Claire is being fake, and that's okay because I kind of expect that from her.
I'm just getting off this call with Sebastian. I've learned that he now knows about the plan for his exit from Miss Callie, who spilled. And now I have to go let the rest of the team know.
All of a sudden, I hear from Jasmine that Sebastian has found out about this plan, and my heart drops into my fucking stomach. I just can't believe that this is happening. Like, it's entirely my fault.
Figured out that it was an accidental mistake on Noah's part.
Now that the group knows, we don't know if we're going to continue voting for Sebastian, or now do we pivot to Wendy. He's gonna come try to talk to you guys now. He wants to save his ass. He said the power isn't gonna be able to be used until later in the game, and he knows it was Claire just based off of what you said in Love. No. Based off what Claire said,
No, he just knows I'm shady. That's
Exactly.
okay.
Oh,
He's right.
oh
I'm
God.
not upset with him. He's correct.
Okay, yeah, he just messes me too. Jesus.
Callie knows that it's Sebastian, who is like the last part. Like, if Callie knows, then that means everybody knows. Is he trying to turn it on me?
No.
I don't know. He just
messaged his ass because he's scared now.
If this screws this plan over, there's nobody to blame for it but me, and there's a good chance that I'm going to be next out of here for ruining this.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly how it happened. Is Ayana popped into a room that I was in with Callie, and I used that as an opportunity to be like, "Hey, Ayana, do you want to do this thing?" And that was right before we all then got into the group. So I will say it was my bad that Callie found out. And I should have been a little more discreet about it.
That's
But
fine. I think Noah wants to drive stuff, but I don't know how effectively he was doing that.
Callie was kind of saying it in a way of just like returning his allyship that I guess he extended her last week. So
sure, like, oh yeah, it's in the air.
Right, exactly. Yeah. She didn't like out you, Noah, either.
She didn't out it, which is good.
I can't trust her the way that I thought I could. I really went out on a limb to let her know this information because I didn't want her to be left in the dark, and she really went behind my back and kind of screwed me. So I'm certainly going to be a little more wary of Callie in the future. I don't know if she's someone that I can trust.
What if his power is like to discount all the votes against him, and then it's just him and Matt deciding who goes home? Then it could be literally any of us. I'm immediately worried that the power he got, then he might use it, and then whatever, depending on what it is, like it could have some negative repercussions for the rest of us.
We're back and forth. Are we going to vote Sebastian on this, or is Wendy going home? I don't know.
This is our second elimination ceremony of this season. Sarah, congratulations on winning safety this week. Can you just talk me through, why did you feel you had to compete this week? Did you feel like you were in danger? And why did you give safety the way you gave safety?
I came into this week feeling like I had to prove myself in some way because I'm still kind of an unknown. And I thought the best way to do that would be I stay on camera, show off my skills of naming different categories. And I'm also just someone who likes to play, who likes to fight. I don't really want to sit and watch, so I was pretty much always going to pick that. And then, I mean, I sort of mentioned this when I said who I would save, but I felt like I had to save 3 people who also chose fight because that shows me you have that same mindset that you want to get in there and play. And also, you don't have a voice in this. You can't vote, so might as well be safe.
And the people you chose for safety were Owen, Joe, and Andy. Were any of the 3 of you surprised by that decision?
I already told Sarah, and I said it here. Thank you. It was unexpected. Also, it was very kind because I also am new, and we've spoken a bit, but also no one else really knows me, so I'm just really grateful.
I still can't believe that I have been saved twice. Like, I saved myself the first time. Incredible. Second time, someone else saves me. I also incredible, but also I feel so honored.
Tegan, Anna, Callie, Wendy, you all also chose fight this week. You didn't win the competition. Sarah didn't give you safety. Are you feeling like you made the wrong choice maybe this week?
No, I'm good.
If you were to go home tonight, would you second guess that decision to fight?
Yeah, I wouldn't regret it.
No, because I think the point of fighting this week is mainly just to prove to ourselves and prove to the group that we're in the game and we want to win by taking an action step.
And participating in the challenge is the only way we're going to show our true colors. So I feel like the 8 of us that volunteered really put our necks out there, and high risk, high reward, or no reward. So
the name of the game, you know, the 7 of you who chose flight, you have all the power this elimination. Only 7 votes are going to be cast tonight. Anyone but Sarah, Owen, Joe, and Andy is fair game to be voted out. Were you sticking together? Were you targeting each other? What's kind of the consensus? Where are we at?
We felt it made more sense to kind of like come together. The fact that only 7 of us are voting this week, that's a huge plus for us. So we wanted to take advantage of it.
And I'm going to ask the same question I asked last round. Raise your hand if you think it may be you tonight.
I feel that I'm being seen as big competition. I'm a big personality. I'm a fierce competitor. This is a great opportunity for them to get me out.
I don't know, of course, what conversations were had, but I do know that I am a fierce competitor and I'm here to play a bold game.
I decide it can't hurt for me to plead my case one more time. I'm not too proud to say why I deserve to stay.
And so I'll say that when I chose fight tonight, that's the kind of energy that I plan on bringing every week. I should have said fucking didgeridoo. You know, it came to me right after, like didgeridoo, bitch. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not afraid to say that, of course, I have doubt, but I'm hoping that everyone who is voting tonight wants to play an exciting game. And I can't see the game being that exciting if I'm not here.
So I let these bitches know. You send me home, you are in for one boring game.
Any final words? Speak now or forever hold your peace. The 7 people who are able to vote, please direct message me your vote now.
I have absolutely no idea who is going to be voted.
The votes are in. If I call your name, keep your camera on. And if I don't, you'll be able to turn your camera off. Wendy. Sebastian. Everyone else, you can turn your video off.
Tomfoolery, trickery. There is a rat. There is a snake among us. Who's done it? Because everyone that I heard from previously said that everyone was voting together. So to have anyone else except one person there's some deceit.
So Wendy and Sebastian, you both received votes.
I am surprised that my name is called. I personally do not want to go home yet.
And the person eliminated is Sebastian.
Face crack. Sebastian's going home. I did not see this coming.
He has a vote.
Everyone was expecting the voters to just stick together because why wouldn't you? You held all the power. So for Sebastian to go home, it was a pretty big move. It was pretty surprising.
Someone who I felt was going to be a strong ally for me in this competition is gone now. I'm a little shaken. I didn't see this coming, and I don't think he did either.
I am so heartbroken that Sebastian is gone.
What? Clearly the flight people had completely different ideas. So I kind of feel like I'm in the dark. My closest alliance member is now gone.
It really takes this game to a new level because you don't know who you can trust. I mean, I think Sebastian thought that he could trust a lot of people that turns out stabbed him right in the back. This is the first really savage voting choice that ended in an elimination, and I'm kind of shocked, a little bit scared of what these people are capable of.
So, any final words, Sebastian, before we have you exit the competition?
I'm just so sad that you guys made this 10 times less fun, so it's really a pity.
Sebastian seems really sad, so I did feel really bad. I didn't think he was going to go down like that. He didn't even say anything, and then when he got eliminated, I really thought he was going to come for my neck, but I kind of got off the hook. To be honest with you, I'm glad he's gone. He's a big competitor, and now if he did have that power, it's not in play anymore, I think. But, Yeah, he did kind of pull at my single heartstring for 1 second.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you for playing. You put up a good fight, but it's time for you to flight.
Fuck this. I really expected people to want to actually play with someone who's actually doing good in this game. I'm a beast. I already won a challenge and this questionable power. If I had a suspicion of someone else who might have had a power, I would have tried to befriend that person and benefit from it. I wouldn't be trying to just vote them out and get rid of them. To be completely honest, I'm kind of pissed that I am getting eliminated right now. Why should I be leaving when I have this power? I'm so sad that I earned it and yet I didn't get to play it. And it's all because of one rumor that got out and it really just nipped me in the bud. I know that I really wish the best for all these players. I just hope that they don't keep, running away from any threat that comes their way. There better be some good gameplay. Since I have been eliminated prior to the Final Four, I must choose a player still in the competition to inherit my power.
Congratulations, Sebastian has passed on the boarding pass. Power to you. The power of the boarding pass will not be revealed until Final Four, but should this power still be in your possession at that time, it will certainly come in handy.
I have a lot of faith that he's going to play a really strong game and take this far, so I'm going to choose him because he's the type that's going to make some big moves in this competition.
Oh my goodness. So interesting. I'm blessed. We'll see if I can keep this up and keep this power till the finals.
I so wish we got a vote count. I really want to know how many people voted for what. Were they split? Was it just Sebastian voted for Wendy?
That's what I think happened.
But I'm I just want to know who else was on it because there were people who were not showing anything. There were people who were shocked. I was
Jasmine looked shocked. I was looking at her and she looked confused and upset. So
I talked to Claire because I was left out of this vote and I need to know what happened. Did I miss something?
What?
Were we supposed to vote Sebastian? I thought we were voting Wendy.
No, we were voting Sebastian. What? Why would you think the chat was called the coup?
Well, no, 100. I don't know why I interpret. Okay, never mind. I really took away when we had regrouped after we realized that he knew. I totally thought that we had said, okay, well, never mind. Let's stick with Wendy.
We have the power at this point, so I don't know that we should go back, especially now that it's been put out in the air.
Yeah, and I guess I misunderstood it. It's become very clear to me that there never was a change in plan and that I had fully misinterpreted what was said during the regroup. My mind. Truly, I'm just a dumbass. Literally, I just thought we were doing something different, but ultimately it didn't really make sense to turn back on it at that point. We still had the numbers. It's not like he...
Oh, I thought he was going to pull something. Because he seemed like he had something. So, anyway, yeah.
He did, but I think it wasn't eligible for use.
I'm really scared I'm going to get eliminated next week. So, I think I'm probably going to be out next. Anyway.
No. Do you really think that?
Yes, because I obviously was the one who orchestrated this. And so I just feel like it was just not worth it this early. I should have just chilled. I totally was making a million group chats and just scheming the fuck out of everything. If anyone was whose fault is it that Sebastian's out? It's mine. So once people figure out that I'm leading votes, I feel like it's gonna be bad.
The fighters are getting together. Andy created a group with all of us so we could kind of talk about what happened this round. And I'm really excited about that because I think this is a group that could really help each other out. And I'm really hoping that this group stays together.
Based on the couple of people that I spoke to, my name wasn't being tossed around. I feel like I was intentionally misled.
Wish we got a vote count. I really do. Because
yeah.
I want to know if it was one vote Wendy and then they all ganged up on Sebastian, or if it was just enough.
We don't get to know the vote count. That now all of them can just say that. All of them can just be yeah, I voted for Sebastian. Of course I wasn't going to vote for you, Wendy. So you don't even know who was really sticking out for you and who wasn't.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go in trying to like stir the pot or like raise paranoia, being like, obviously it was a 6-1, like Sebastian was totally blindsided. Those 6 are tight now, that's an alliance, and try to like gather up some of the people who chose fight last round.
No, I really thought Anthony was gonna say like the breakdown. Just for my own personal curiosity, I want to figure out who or how many people wanted to vote for me to go home.
I am happy to be in this little group of fighters, though. I think that's really fun.
I like this little gang.
Me too.
I think it's also interesting that all of the people who chose to vote instead used it in such a shady way. Like, not only did they take the flight, but they also had the shade.
Now that I have a good sense of who I can trust and who some potential allies might be, I think I'm going to lay low. I don't want to draw too much attention to myself, so I'm not going to fight too hard just yet. We're still early in the competition. I think I'll just kind of see who do we want to go home, and I'll vibe with that. As long as it's not me, I don't have a problem with it.
Sebastian, you will have a chance to re-enter the competition.
Oh my god! Turns out, you know what? I will be able to find out what happens in this competition. I'll be happy to come back and fight. I'm excited. If Claire's not already gone, you better believe I'm coming straight for her because she is the reason I'm no longer in this game. I'm coming back for Claire.